So here we are again with a sweet aluminum, very beautiful, translucent, purplish pink alloy Nishiki. I'm going to do a little video on how to remove vintage down tube shifters. So really, they're usually pretty simple. They have a D-ring. Sometimes they just have like the screw heads. You can use a screwdriver. Oh, if we can get it to turn. It's kind of old and frozen. Wow! Maybe the other side. Okay, the other side turned, which isn't as helpful. So let's try some weird stuff on the side. The first thing we try and do is still use the D-ring. Use an adjustable wrench. So you clamp as much as that D as possible, because we don't want to mangle it, we don't want to destroy the shifter, especially if we plan on reusing them. Oh, and there it goes. Turn, turn, turn. So I just needed more leverage than my little sensitivity of my little thumbs can handle. Now, the shifters often have a lot of small moving parts, little plates, little flat bushings. You want them to come off complete. You don't want them to fall over the floor, because you have to get the other one off and hope they're the same. And they're definitely not, because these are indexing. God, it almost looks like the power ratchet mechanism. Very interesting. You can see more little plates on here. You can see the inside, yeah, it kind of looks like a power ratchet. I wonder if you can put it into friction and have it work like a power ratchet. I should have played with these more. And probably will. So this bolt comes all the way out. It's a second gray plastic one with a little black metal piece on here. Oh no, the Suntour Power has little indexing balls. These are tiny ball bearings that index into position, and we do not want to lose them. Stay in place, don't fall on the floor. Okay, so we'll do more dissecting later when it's safer. I do want to see if the friction does sound like a power ratchet friction. Okay, I'm going to screw these all the way back in, put them on friction, and see if these shifters are amazing. Oh, this is power ratchet on this one. Okay, suddenly I'm in love with these shifters. If I can get real power ratchet, keep the friction. Because old Suntour indexing doesn't actually work so hot. If you look at that, so there's different settings on these shifters, and usually you can loosen them up and move something. Change a little dot from where it says index to friction. They were on index, and now they're on index again. So we loosened it up, moved this little black gray ring to friction, and they're real power ratchet. Oh my god, these shifters are so much hotter than I thought they were. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. I've never seen that before. I've only seen full power ratchets, regular friction, and index with Suntour. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I've already cut and removed the cable on this side. That's why there's nothing here fighting me to keep them on. We don't want to lose any of this stuff when it comes off in order too. So there's like a little compression-y ring. Here's a little thin washer and a little knurled washer. So put those on in the right order. And a little compression ring in the right order. And then it's got this little adapter. So this little adapter is concave. See the concaveness, so it fits around the round tube. It's got a big square cut into it, so it fits around the square of the braze-on. And that's what this really is. It's a little square, a little tube that's threaded coming off that's welded onto the frame. It's brazed on with silver, usually, sometimes the brass. And cool frame builders do cool stuff like put these in stem spacers, braze them right onto stems, you can braze these right onto steel handlebars. Very cool. This is where they usually go. If you wanted to put a more modern shifter on this bike, like the indexy brifter shifters or brake and shift levers, you can get a little adapter that goes on here that's concave that has just a barrel adjuster in it. So you can convert any old bike into like modern-y sort of shifters, no problem. Same with flat bar shifters. You put those same little stops on here, the barrel adjusters. So you can have a stem shifter or flat bar shifters, thummies, whatever. They'll come into the stops here and turn these from shift mounts into stops. So be very careful with these. I'm probably going to tape these up, rubber band them up, put them in a bag. So I want any of that stuff to come apart. I'm going to pull it apart slowly, see what order it's in, probably take pictures, do it on video, so I can clean it, lube it, put it all back together. Now the other side's going to be about the same. So I flip the camera around, so now we're on the non-drive side, and I'm just going to go ahead. God, this is the original shift cable. It's old and Japanese and fatter and wound and gorgeous. Oh, what a small tragedy destroying this nice old stuff. You know? But whatever. For the purpose of this video, we're just splitting it. Bye-bye, nice old stuff. Now we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to twisting out this nut. I'm sort of holding it all together. I don't want anything to fall on the floor. So now the nut's out. See it all the way out. Little D-ring nut. Sort of holding it there just so I can sort of slide everything off at once as much as possible. And it's got the same kind of thing. It's got the power ratchet on the inside, then it's got... slip this cable out and get rid of it. So it's got the power ratchet in here, and the little container that contains the power ratchet. This side we've got a nut and a plastic piece just like a regular power ratchet. So this one's like pure friction, pure power. But then the inside's a little weird again. It's got rubber, concave, goes over everything. A real thin washer. And a thicker one with some knurling. The knurling goes towards the bike. It's a weird concave washer over all of them to keep moisture out, is what it looks like. And then just the little aluminum adapter on the frame. And sometimes these come off easy like these two just did. Sometimes they're very hard to get off. You gotta get a little screwdriver, a little pocket screwdriver, a little teeny flathead. You gotta lube them, you gotta wiggle them from any angle you can. Try not to grab them with pliers and mangle them up. Maybe pry under them just a little bit, especially on the bottom where you can't really see it. And get them to break loose and come free. And then that goes right on. It's got a little stop on the bottom so you don't shift all the way down into your front wheel while you're turning. Makes your shifter sort of start at neutral in line with your frame, and you pull them back and up towards you. Some cool shifters, like Dura-Ace 9 and 10 speed, have a setting where you can never actually get the front one all the way flat and level with your tube. It's always sticking up. That way you can shift both with your right hand easier. You don't have to switch hands to shift the front. You can reach down here and it's always kind of up. So you can shift this one and be able to reach right in and still grab this one easy. That's what I have on my rando bike. It's pretty tight. And that is how you get these shifters off. Easy peasy. Don't lose parts. Keep things organized. Clean them, put them back together the way you found them. Don't leave things out unless you don't want things to work. And, you know, in general, be careful with your hardware. Thanks for watching.